So today I'm going to be talking about a little topic I kind of been putting off making a video on. It's about the issues to do with time travel. Now, the reasons I was putting it off, first, uh, it's not because, like, it's not directly to do with history, because, time travel isn't real just yet. There are implications with it in fiction, but I'm going to get into those in a while. Also, the reason I kind of like the angle I was trying to push was the way I wanted to do the video at first was on conspiracy theories involving time travel. But I don't know. That's nah. I scrapped that idea a while ago. And yeah. Also, it is true on the nose with my theme. But anyway, and maybe yours which are more obvious than that. So yeah. Um, So now I'm going to talk about like the actual what this video is going to be about. It's not actual instances of time travel or conspiracies involving time travel. It's more the problems involved with it, which I find really interesting. Um, I'm gonna be taking stuff. I'm not gonna say because I lost track of where I got everything from, but it's kind of I'm kind of basing my arguments on different pop culture references rather than any scientific evidence because I'm not a scientist and I know really nothing about it. And also, this topic is really cool. But yeah, anyway, let's get right into it. So, let's just start with going into the past rather than going into the future because the past is, the one most people associate with time travel. No, I think when you mention time travel to someone, and you ask the question if you could time travel to any time in the world, in the history, any time ever, where would you travel to? Most people would say the past, not the future. Because the future, I don't know, is kind of cool, but also really weird. Also, the past is more interesting, I'd say. Anyway, let's get right into it. So let's just start with the first problem, or the first theory of problem, rather, I'd say. And so if you go back and you change something, I'm not saying you move a cup of tea or you sneeze or whatever. Saying you have a major repercussion, say you convince so and so politician to campaign a certain way or to drop out of an electoral race or stop an assassination or whatever. What would that bring about? So, you can it's kind of agreed upon that, say, I don't know, JFK, let's take JFK because it's the first example that came into my head. You managed to stop the JFK assassination. You go back to 1963 and you manage to stop it. There is no theory of thought, I think, that is widely accepted, that you could go back to your original timeline. What would happen is one of two things. You could either, so you go back, you stop the assassination, and either a separate timeline emerges in a way that is, there is now an alternate universe in which JFK has not been assassinated, and that is the one you live in now. And then there's the other one that is you can't exactly go back. So and so the difference is in the first one you can go back to the present, but you can tell I'm taking a lot of this from Back to the Future. Anyway, you can go back to the present, but the present would not be the same present you were living in before. It would be a different one. I don't know by how much, but it would just be different. Then it's that, or you would it's kind of the same thing, but instead of considering it as the present, it would be the future. Now, Because the second you go back to the past, and I'm taking this from another movie, that past that becomes your present because that's where you are right now. And the present becomes the past. No, becomes the present you were in becomes the past. Then it's hard to explain, but the year you would travel to go to the present would now be the future, if that makes sense. So you can't exactly go back because that is the past. You can't exactly go back, and it's hard to explain. But anyway, both theories have that in mind that this video is a bit chaotic, but hey, that once you go back and change something, you can't exactly change it back, so you can't really solve it. Because if you do, say you manage to solve it by any means, there would now be 3 alternate timelines in a way. So it would be the same, like the sacred one, the main one that's where everything is normal. Then there was the one that branches off that has the, say, JFK alive, but then you have a separate one kind of branching off, kind of going closer to the original one, but not quite, where JFK survived but then was killed. That's kind of the one whole idea of thought behind time travel. Then there's the whole issue of, say, you stop your parents getting together or you stop something happening, so you're not born. That's a paradox. What would happen? Would you disappear from existence? Would you keep on existing? Because that would be, you're already born, so that your parents not having you isn't really a problem because you're already there. Because that's all the future, if you catch my drift, you know. And yeah, I can't really think of any other theories for the past. Now for the future, and there's a whole Back to the Future stance where you can't really interact with your future self, because that could create a rip in time and destroy the universe as we know it. I personally am not of that belief. If you go to the future, you would just be taking a glimpse of the future if everything were going to go as normal. However, say you go to the future and then you go back. Now, by the time you go back, time travel would have been possible, and stuff would have changed that. Because in this first fast forward, in this first future, it would be a future without the time machine. If you go back, the time machine would now be there and stuff would change. So if you were to go to the future again, things would be different. I don't know by how much, but they wouldn't be exactly the same. I've explained myself terribly, but that is the theory. My theory. Now, this is the reason why I was kind of putting it off, because it's kind of chaotic, hard to explain, but it's a really interesting topic, and if you know how to follow my train of thought, congrats, because it's hard to. But yeah, I explained myself terribly, but if you know what I mean, you understand my point of view, and it's kind of cool, the idea of time travel. Now, question is, will time travel ever be possible? I don't know. Should time travel exist? Again, I don't know. So, say someone in the other part of the world, I don't know, someone in, say, Sweden manages to discard time travel, that would not affect us right now. Because that would affect past us, which would kind of be in a different timeline, you know? Because if it affects them, they will create a separate timeline, so we would just keep on living. It could be entirely possible that someone right now, or a while ago, or in a while, has uncovered the secrets of time travel. We're just not aware of it because we just would be living our lives. Anyway, and with that thought, I'll leave that question. Should time travel even be possible? What would happen if time travel was possible? That's that. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. It's kind of a chaotic video. And I don't know if anyone's still watching, but if you're, tomorrow I don't think I'm posting anything. I may post something, but I'm not entirely sure. Because tomorrow is my birthday, so I'll probably post stuff. Yeah, I'll probably do a video on things that happened on July 20th. Because it's kind of cool. It's also my birthday. And a lot of stuff happened July 20th. I mean, just a little preview. You have the moon landing, kind of important stuff. You have the entire, Valkyrie plot. You have the Concordat. You have this ton of other stuff which you'll find. I mean, I don't know it off the top of my head, but you'll find out if I make a video. If it's not tomorrow, because tomorrow will be the 19th technically, but I record this at night. Like right now, it's almost 1 a.m. So tomorrow, by the time I record it, it would be July 20th. I have not recorded the day after. So yeah. So I'll leave you with that, and I'll leave you with all the confusion, and chaos. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you found it interesting. If you could understand it, I hope you liked it. And yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.